first things that I want you to understand is that knowledge is power. Once again, I'm going to say that again. Knowledge is power. Ignorance loses its grasp on you once you know who you are and whose you are. We're going into part 2 of the series, and I need you to pay very close attention as God is talking to us. And part 2 of the series is entitled Final Instructions. I want you to look at the conversation that God is having, because I want to understand that God is talking to you and I as well. He says, my servant is dead. Now therefore arise, go over this Jordan, thou and all this people, listen very carefully, into the children of Israel. Verse 3, every place that the sole of your foot shall tread upon. 5, there shall not any man be able to stand before you all the days of your life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will not fail you, nor forsake you. Be strong and of a good courage. I need you to understand what is taking place right now for the children of Israel and what God is saying to you and I. As God began to have this conversation with Joshua, letting him know that his servant was dead, I need you to understand that God is simply telling you and I that it's a conclusion to a season that what was, in an introduction to what shall be. I'm going to say that again. God is speaking to you and now, and he says, listen, there's a shift occurring. A new season is occurring. It's a conclusion to what you once knew. And it's going to be an introduction to what shall be. I want you to get this in your spirit and understand that victory comes through your faith in God and obedience to his word. Victory comes through your faith in God and obedience to his word. Let this theme ring your ears along the journey called life. I want you to write this down because you're going to have to keep revisiting this all the days of your life. Listen very carefully. Promise, process, process, promise. All the days of your life, all the days of your journey here in the land of the living. Promise, process, process, promise. When we look at the word process in the perspective, listen to this very carefully, because it's a little different than the way that we look at the word proof from the English or Webster's interpretation of it. From the Greek interpretation, it means proof of genuineness. Approval through testing. Process in the Greek means proof of genuineness, which lets you know if something is not genuine. Also, approval through testing. And finally, a brand of what is tested and true. This is something that you need to understand. Listen to this. Untested faith is a faith that cannot be trusted at all. Untested faith is a faith that cannot be trusted at all. And when we talk about faith, we're talking about our faith in God. We're talking about our assurance in him and in his word that he's going to do exactly what